faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is Friday, is March the 6th, the year is 2020. Got a lot of stuff I want to talk about today. I'm going to try to get it all into one video. First, back to the video I did yesterday about black women might be attracted to men who are metrosexual or very polished. And I made the suggestion that women should look outside the box and maybe look at blue-collar guys and guys who are not as polished, who aren't necessarily driving the most fanciest cars. They might have a Toyota or a Honda. I had a girlfriend of mine, she said she would never talk to someone who drove a Toyota or a Honda, even if it was a Accord. So, a Honda Accord. So, I saw some messages from people saying that I was suggesting to black women to step down or level down and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking about the guys that I've known over the years. Like a guy, I used to call his name was Blue. He was a plumber. Blue was probably one of the busiest plumbers I knew in the Atlanta metropolitan area. He did work from my house on my home's renovation. He plumbed the whole house from rooter to the tutor. This man had to be making close to $200,000 a year. Drove a raggedy truck. I never saw him in a nice vehicle. Always had his work clothes on. I didn't think Blue was a bad-looking guy myself personally, but, I knew Blue was making money. He was getting a lot of money from my asses, but Blue was making a killing. And Blue would complain to me that he couldn't meet no women in the Atlanta area. They were too materialistic, that they weren't interested in him. And I'm thinking, well, you got money. But Blue had also learned by that point that if women couldn't accept him for being a plumber, making the type of money I know, because at one point he had a team. I'm sure that man, because he still, even if my mom's in the house, they have problems. I call Blue, like, man, I'm busy. I can get to it as soon as I can. But, I'm swamped. I'm doing subdivisions, doing all this. This man been in the business for a long goddamn time, and he is making a killing. Even when the economy tanked, he still kept going because he was doing home repair work. So, I don't know. How is that leveling down when some of these guys out here making some serious money? I got a friend who's a welder who's making a killing. A plumber, electricians, they make a killing. No, they're not fancy guys. No, they ain't got no suits and ties and no Versace in the outfit. No, they ain't about to buy no Bentley, Mercedes-Benz, or BMW. They just have work vehicles because they invest their money back into their business. How is that leveling down, ladies? I don't get that. But, hey, moving on from that, because some people clearly did not understand what I was saying yesterday in that video. The day before yesterday, I said in that video. Clearly, some people just take my words and twist it around. There are some good paid, well-paid men out there doing blue-collar construction work. Hell, me and Earl I didn't have no degree. I was making $100,000 a month doing construction work. I don't want to do construction no more. But I was making a killing at doing, that was our profit, $100,000 a month, every month. So, I don't know what y'all thinking. But anyway, I bumped into, there's a young lady that I see all the time at the gym, various gyms here in Atlanta. Beautiful, nice looking. She always working out, cardio, hitting the weights, looking good. We finally talk. We always say hello. I recognize her. She recognizes me. We say hello. And we were talking. Yesterday she came up to me. We never really talked before. We always would say hello and, keep it moving, because she'd be doing her cardio and I'd be doing my stuff. But we see each other at various gyms. Finally, she came to me and she said, I want to talk to you. First of all, I didn't know she knew who I was. But she said, man, I've been wanting to talk to you for years. And I just said, finally get the courage to tell you what happened to me here in Atlanta. This woman is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in every sense of the word, beautiful. She said she met a guy. Then they were dating. And he had a beautiful home. And he traveled a lot. And he did sports overseas. I guess basketball overseas or something like that. Might have started off in the NBA here. He ended up playing for some overseas for basketball teams where he made a lot of money overseas. Beautiful home in Atlanta. They were dating, having a great relationship, getting to know each other, spending time with each other, dating in a relationship. And The relationship was moving to the next level. They were talking about getting married. They'd been together for a while. They were talking about getting married. They had gone as far as getting STD testing. He got his test. She got her test. That's the first red flag. Y'all supposed to do that shit together. But this was a while ago. Now we all know better. So, he had a nice house, had a good income, treated her nice. They never had any problems, never had any arguments, with nothing going on. Nothing. They were having a sexual relationship. Then the condoms came off. They've been together for so long, she felt comfortable with him and trusted him, and supposedly he felt comfortable with her and trusted her. And she said she's practically living with him. She didn't see any signs of anything crazy going on, nothing weird, nothing, other than him traveling different places and stuff. And sometimes she would go with him, but she couldn't stay in these other countries when he was touring with these basketball companies. I don't know much about overseas basketball companies, but I know people who've done it. And I don't know if they stay over there or I don't know how that, excuse me, it's coffee. But anyway, she said she started having some problems with her urinary tract problems, infections. So she was go to the doctor and they give her treatment for it. And finally one day she was going to, just kept reoccurring. Her doctor said, well, let's just do some STD testing. And she was like, which they should have did in the first place. They did do some STD testing and it came back that she had syphilis, gonorrhea. Now, obviously she wasn't showing any symptoms other than this urinary tract infection and HIV. She had all three. The only person she was having sex with was with this guy. So when she confronted him about it, of course, he denies all this stuff, accused her of being cheating. She hadn't been with nobody but him. So she kept trying to lure him down to the testing place to get tested and all this other stuff so she can find out the answer, what was going on, even though she already know. But she already knew that he infected her with these diseases. Long story short, in the course of her investigation, she found out this man had known he was HIV positive for years. This man was going overseas having sex with prostitutes, escorts, not using condoms, not using protection. He had known he was positive before he met her. They ended up going to court. She sued him because he had money. He was no broke nigga. She took him to court, criminal and civil court, where she won in criminal and civil court against him when she's brought a judgment against him. And he quickly paid to silence her. And even after all this man was still trying to be with her. And he was a nigga. And I sit there in shock listening to this story. And I said, well, how did you get through all this? And she just said, now I'm not a religious person, but she said it was prayer. Because she felt hopeless. And she fought him tooth and nail. And she took a lot of work and money. And ultimately, and he knew, this is the sad part, he knew he was positive. He was not taking his HIV medications. He knew he was positive before he met her. He didn't take his medications. He put her at risk. He could have been detectable and not passed or anything. He was having sex with other women, passed these STDs to her. She didn't, it just was really weird. But that's how niggas are. So I just wanted to share that story. We're going to move on to, I don't know what to say about these guys out here, y'all. I just don't know what to say. I just don't. I can't. I hear these stories from so many people, so many people. This woman was absolutely beautiful. She could be a model. Her body, she was just a beautiful woman. She was gorgeous. And I would never have a thought that that's what she was about to share with me. But I learned something years ago. All that glitters ain't gold, and I'm not referring to her. But she showed me a picture of this man who did this to her. And that was a fine-ass brother. Tall, muscular, attractive. And I looked at her phone and I said, "Is that him?" She said, "That's him." And I'd never seen him before. He ain't nobody. There's a lot of people who needs basketball to get played, who travel overseas and stuff. But she fell for his outer appearance, like most of us do. We all guilty of it. I remember back in the 90s when I would meet these guys and I would just be so caught up with them, just really in this, physically attracted to them, and they didn't pay me none. Thank God. Oh boy, because all them niggas dead today. I am so glad when I look back over the years at the guys that I met that had no interest in me and told me they didn't have no interest in me because my booty wasn't fat enough and my body wasn't this and I didn't have that and this, that, and the other. They are dead. All that glitter ain't gold. People got to start being careful. People have got to start being careful. Be careful, y'all. I don't even know what to say. I just don't even know what to say. Especially in our community, how reckless these guys are. The lies, the bullshit. They lie so damn much. These guys know their situation. They don't care. They don't care. They jeopardize people's lives. This young woman is in her late 20s. She has a long way to go with that burden. But she is doing the right thing, staying in the gym, working out, going. She's doing everything right. But it's frightening. It's scary. Seriously, to the point, people are like, "Walter, why'd you and get back together?" Well, one of the reasons why me and Earl got back together, every nigga I fucking met was HIV positive and either lying about their damn status or just flat out lying about their damn status. All of them, every last one of them. All of them. I'm like, God damn, is anybody negative around here? I don't even know what to say. I don't necessarily, it just was mind-boggling to me. Nobody could tell the fucking truth. Nobody. This man could have told this woman the truth, but he didn't. He could at least protected her, but he didn't. And he knew this for years, way before he met her. That's how niggas are. So anyway, they about to change the law in Georgia to bring down all of this shit and the penalties and all this stuff. I don't even know what to say. Be careful out there, y'all. You got some low down, dirty motherfuckers who just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care about their life, your life. They damn sure don't care about your life. And I done met some dirty, low down motherfuckers my goddamn self. Niggas who should have been taken out back and shot in the motherfucking head and put out their misery and fed to some goddamn alligators after the fact. Them poor alligators, I hope they can survive eating some HIV-tainted body parts. It just makes you wonder. And this is not an attack on people who are positive. They always, "You attacking us, we people too." Didn't tell the truth about who you are. I just, I listened to that young woman's story and broke my heart because we low down. But I'm so used to hearing this shit now. But even though I've heard it from so many people, so many different occasions, even though you hear it again, it's like, these niggas still at this shit. And it's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's never ever going to change because they don't care who they harm, and they just don't give a fuck. They don't care. And so, you know, what can you do? I always just tell people, y'all be careful. Don't trust them. That goes back to, I said a few days ago, I think people, if you're sexually active in the Atlanta metropolitan area, or if you having sex, period, with anybody, I strongly suggest that you get on PrEP. Gay or straight. I don't even care if you fucking married. If you don't know what your husband is up to or whatever, get on PrEP. At least you can protect yourself. PrEP ain't gonna harm you, but it will protect you for some bullshit like HIV. So, you know, but anyway, there was some other stuff I wanted to discuss, but I can't remember what the other stuff was. There were a couple topics I had wanted to discuss in this video. I can't even remember what it was. It comes back to me. So anyway, let me, I'm going to cook me some breakfast. Let me cook me some breakfast. Look at these dumb text messages. But anyway, today it is Friday. What is today's date? Friday, March the 6th. The year is 2020. I'm out of here. I'm gonna come back and do another one. I can't remember. I wrote some notes there. There was some stuff I wanted to discuss. But be careful out there. Because every time I think about them individuals back in the 90s and 2000s, when I was single before I met Earl, who I was really interested in getting to know, going to dinner with them, going to lunch with them, hanging out with them, going places, going on dates. And in many instances, I didn't have sex with these guys because everybody in Atlanta, even if they don't like you, they ready to fuck. But I didn't have sex with them, and because I was wanting something more. And by this time, I had caught on what these niggas was about, and we came with sex. And once they realized that with no sex gonna happen, they cut me off and called me all kinds of names and said this and said that. Them niggas is dead and gone. Dead. Taking a long dirt nap. All of them. These were some very nice looking guys. I see them in the gym working out and all that stuff. I got to get to know them. Dead. All of them. And the ones that are alive, they might as well be dead because they look like the Walking Dead, and I'm just keeping it real. I see guys all hunched over. I look and say, what happened? Y'all have to remember some of them, before they got these medications together, them medicines did a lot of harm to people. And I literally see guys walking just like this, bent over, skin and bones. They're still making it, still getting with a cane, and they would be the same age. But I know what time it is. So, be careful. Sometimes I used to beat myself up about man, I could never get one of these guys I like. Nobody's interested in me. Thank God they wouldn't. I know I don't believe in God, so you ain't get to hit me yet. You said thank God. But I'm grateful. Them niggas would have kicked me up out of here. A lot of these niggas knew and didn't care. They dangerous, reckless, worthless. And I am grateful. Hallelujah. Because I don't have to, like I said, and a lot of them guys were dead and gone by the time I hit 25. Them guys were dead. Gone. In their grave. Dead and gone. By the time I hit 25, they were gone. So for me to make it to 50 in a few days, in about a month from now, I look back at all them guys and how they perished here in Atlanta. I mean, they dropped like flies around this town. Every day phone calls. So died. Who? What happened? How did that happen? That's it. And literally, you see him, hey, John, what's going on? I'll see you later. 5 days later, John dead. Like, I just saw that man 5 days ago. He looked okay. He dropped dead. He dropped dead. What happened? And that's literally what took place. A lot of them would get sick and be sick for a while, and some of them just drop dead. Literally just die. You'd be like, okay, well, what happened? I'm so grateful when I look back over them years. I still got them photo albums of pictures we took at parties. I got pictures and I was like, this nigga dead, this nigga dead, this nigga dead, this nigga dead. The albums full of dead people. I'm like, all these niggas dead and gone. Made me feel bad because I didn't, my butt wasn't fat enough. Or I didn't have enough muscle. My swag wasn't what they wanted to. Or I was too this, or I was too that. They came with all these excuses why they didn't like me. Thank goodness. I'm grateful. Because them niggas dead. Dead. Anyway, we got to cook me some breakfast. It's Friday, March 6th. It's 11 o'clock. I'm alive and well, and I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat me some breakfast. The hell with these dead niggas. Today is Friday, March 6th, the year 2020. I'm out of here and enjoy the rest of y'all Friday.